Today I want to speak about one of my favorite bands from England, and I'm speaking about SACRILEGE of Birmingham. And I'm saying from Birmingham because we have another 8 bands by the name SACRILEGE. And also we have another SACRILEGE band from England that they play new wave of British heavy metal, and they have 7 studio albums until today. Together with this, and we have the famous SACRILEGE from Sweden with 2 studio albums that they play the style of melodic death metal. And some members of them they became afterwards members of In Flames. We have also another famous band from United States of America, SACRILEGE BC. They played thrash metal and they made 2 studio albums. And afterwards, we have some other bands that most of them they are not active today, and they made all in demos. One band from Bangladesh, they played thrash metal by the name SACRILEGE. Another band from Italy, they played doom metal. Another band from Norway, they played thrash speed metal. And another band from Poland, and they played death thrash metal. But here we're speaking about SACRILEGE from England, from Birmingham, that they played a very special style, something between punk, thrash, and doom metal. So, our SACRILEGE from Birmingham of United Kingdom, they started in 1984. The mastermind of the band was the guitarist Damian Thompson and his wife, his partner vocalist, female vocalist, Linda Tam Simpson. Now, and they made the band together with Tony May in the first place. He was a bassist, and Liam Pickering, he was in the drums. Thompson, in the beginning, played with the drummer Andrew Baker in a deep beat punk band by the name Warwood. Afterwards, both of them, they became members of another band, I think punk band, Varukers, something like that. Thompson left the band and started with his wife the band SACRILEGE. Some period after that, also Andrew Baker became the drummer of the band. But in their third and last until now album of them, they have together with them in the bass and Frank Haley. Afterwards, he became the bassist of the death metal band Benediction from United Kingdom, and Spike Smith in the drums. And Spike Smith, after SACRILEGE, he played with Morrissey, he played with The Damned, and other new wave or dark wave or punk or post-punk bands. So, SACRILEGE, they are very, very important also in the English metal scene, because they made a big influence to other bands as Napalm Death, as Bolt Thrower, as Memoriam, as Benediction. So you can find also grind and death metal bands from England that for them this band was a big influence to their music. Now, they played from album to album, they played something different, but so good. For example, in their first, I have to say that they made also very famous demos in 84 and 85, afterwards also in 86. But in 85 they came with their first debut album, Behind the Realms of Madness, and there they played a style of crust punk, deep beat punk, crossover punk, hardcore punk with thrash metal influences in their music. After 2 years, they came with their second album in 1987, Within the Prophecy. There they played straight to your face thrash metal with doom influences. And in 1989, they came with their last album, Turn Back Trilobite. They played doom metal, not thrash metal, doom metal with some folk and progressive influences in their music. So and in every album they were so important and so special. For 25 years they were in a hiatus, and in 2014 they came back with the same members line of the third album, and they started to make a new album, their fourth coming album, by the name Emptiness Intoxication. Until now the album is not ready, but in 2015 they came out with a new song by the name Feed. It was very good, a style between thrash and doom metal, very special. So let's start. If I rank their albums, they don't have a bad album at all. But let's speak a so-called rank their albums to worst to best. So-called worst. So in the third place for me will come their third and last album until now of 1989, Turn Back Trilobite. Here they played doom metal with some folk and progressive influences, doom metal in the style of Candlemas, in the style of Trouble from the United States. Also, in their first song, Father Time, I can find here, today we have a very good band from Canada that they play epic doom metal, Smulder, also with Sarah as their singer, and I can find in this first song, Father Time, Beneath the Gaze, some very big influences of Sacrilege inside Smulder of today. Here the lyrics are very, very spiritual. This is a very, very special doom metal album. In the time they came out, many people didn't like it because they prefer Sacrilege as a thrash punk band, not as a doom band. But this is a very, very special doom metal album. In the second place, I will put the debut album of 1985, Behind the Realms of Madness. Special album, great album of crust punk, deep beat punk, crossover punk, hardcore punk with thrash influences in their music. Here you can listen the influences of the Scourge, of Metallica, of Slayer, of Nuclear Assault, of Venom in their music. Great band with great songs. I like very much the song The Closing Irony. Also here we can find some lyrics of Tolkien, of Lord of the Rings, for example, Shadow from Mordor. And in any case, in the first place, I will put their second album of them of 1987. This is a masterpiece, a real masterpiece. Within the Prophecy. This is the album. Straight your face thrash metal, even more thrash metal. The punk influences, they are here. Also doom influences of Trouble, they are here. But the album, most of it, it's a great thrash metal album. For me, Sacrilege, together with Onslaught, they are the most important thrash metal bands from England, for example. Many people here like Flight of Nazgul, Tolkien thematology, but also I prefer here Sight of the Wise, The Captive, Winds of Visions, Spirit Cry, The Fear Within. Most of their 7 songs here are great thrash metal with a very good production and with doom metal influences. Great album, and with female vocals. So we prefer and that Sacrilege. First of all, we are very happy that Sacrilege came back from their hiatus after so many years, and we wait that they will make their new 4th album, Emptiness Intoxication, and they will finish this album, and they will continue to their special way between the genres, between thrash, between punk, between doom, So from Israel, from Jerusalem, stay metal and stay heavy.